God, I don't even have the words. Oh, that was just a beautiful, an awesome, just amazing, dope, super dope. I think that was one of the best conferences by far from the show. I gotta say it. Sony killed it. One thing I want to mention that they did is just it was less talking, just games, games, games. It's just an onslaught of games. I'm gonna get right into it. Lots of good stuff here. Lots of great games coming to the PlayStation 4. Some great exclusives and some even that bombshell at the end, which was really good. And I know some of you guys are really going probably crazy right now from watching this conference. So I'm gonna go through every game that was shown along with the release dates and everything like that. And I'm gonna give my reactions going forward for the conference overall and share my honest thoughts and some things that I noticed that didn't show up and make an appearance in this conference. So they kicked off the conference with Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, and I remember seeing this last year from Sony's press conference. It's Chloe's side of the story for Uncharted. It seems it's going to be a full game. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I enjoy Uncharted. Uncharted is one of my favorite video game series I ever played, and I recently did a late playthrough because I just recently got a PlayStation 4 and only had my system for 9 months. I haven't even had it for a year yet. And I recently played Uncharted 4, and that was by far one of the best games I ever played. I love the Uncharted series, and I know Uncharted Lost Legacy is going to be just as good, if not better, than Uncharted 4. So, great things to come for that game. Horizon gets a DLC. I just recently played the game and did a playthrough of it. Horizon Zero Dawn was one of the greatest games I played. Another great game. I'm looking forward to this DLC. It's going to be called Horizon Frozen Wilds, and that's going to be set to release sometime this year. So we don't really have an exact release window, but it's going to be coming sometime this year. Days Gone. This was an awesome gameplay, live gameplay, and that's something else I forgot to mention. It was just nothing but gameplay from all these games that they showed throughout the entire conference. Just gameplay after game, game after game, and we got to see actual gameplay of these games throughout the entire show. Days Gone, from watching the gameplay, it made me think of The Last of Us. I thought it was like another version of Last of Us. I think I probably remember seeing this, and it looked really good. It's like zombies now, or maybe just just a different type of Last of Us game, but it looks amazingly good. Monster Hunter. Some of you guys that are Monster Hunter fans, I never played a Monster Hunter game before. Monster Hunter World was shown, and that's going to be coming early 2018. And I know lots of people put a lot of hours into these games, hundreds and hundreds of hours in Monster Hunter. I don't know too much about it. I never really played a Monster Hunter game before, but this game looked just really good too. Just everything looked good throughout this entire conference. Now this I didn't really expect. I heard some kind of rumors around it, but Shadow of the Colossus is getting a brand new game. It's a brand new Shadow of Colossus. Shadow of Colossus is not a remaster. I think it seems like it's going to be a brand new game. This is going to be coming out sometime in 2018. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I thought it was going to be like something completely different. We had all types of characters. We had one of the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. I forgot his name. We had Ryu from Street Fighter. We had Mega Man himself. Zero. We had all types of different characters. Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. All types of different characters in this game. From the trailer, I think this was one of my favorite trailers and one of my favorite things from the show. It looked really good, and I'm not good at fighting games, and the fighting games I really play is Super Smash Bros. And if you guys consider that a fighting game, but I know it's really competitive and it's a part of the pro scenery now for fighting games. But that's one of the main fighting games I'm really good at, but I didn't really play too much of Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom. So Marvel vs. Capcom is set to release September 19th of this year, and the amazing part about this, there's going to be a story demo available to download today. I want to check it out, and immediately after I upload this video, I'm going to try to see if I can download it off the PlayStation Store. If I can, if the PlayStation Network servers are not going too crazy. So if I can probably download it, maybe I can have some videos out for you guys tonight for some late gameplay of this story demo. But I never really been into the Marvel vs. Capcom series because I'm not really good at it. But it does look it's just amazing from watching the trailer. Call of Duty World War II. I knew they were going to show this for PlayStation conference, for Sony's conferences. They didn't show it for Microsoft. And I think we're probably going to get, it's going to be something as usual like the other previous Call of Duty games. We're probably going to get DLC first for PlayStation 4 users. And PlayStation 4 is probably going to be the first users to get actual DLC. But we didn't see any multiplayer, which I was hoping to. But speaking of that, we're not going to get that till tomorrow. So it's going to be an official stream for Call of Duty World War II. World War II starting tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, that I will be checking out. I will be also making a video to talk about it, give my honest reactions, and maybe possibly compare it to some of the older games. Games like Call of Duty World at War that I still have for my PlayStation 3. But for this conference, they only showed like a trailer for the story, which it looks good, but the story is never an issue for when it comes to Call of Duty games. I just always think that most people just jump onto the multiplayer, and most people probably don't even care about the story. They just skip the campaign and go straight online just so they can be the first to be at the first prestige, use all the best weapons, find out which weapons are good, which ones are not so good, which ones are OP, all that type of stuff. But I always loved the campaign for Call of Duty, and Call of Duty, for it never was an issue for me. So I'm just looking forward to, I'm more looking forward to the multiplayer tomorrow. So I can't wait to talk about that and see what that's really like. And from what I saw from the story trailer, in the gameplay, it looks really good. So I can't wait to see it and talk about the multiplayer and see what kind of kill streaks we get. Are we going to really get supply drops? Because I guess it's like a confirmation. I really wanted to really talk a little bit about it because some of you guys are curious of what I have to say for that. But I have more of that tomorrow when they obviously show a multiplayer, and I'll really be able to get my real thoughts of how what I really think about the game. So it's going to be coming out November 3rd. Now after that, we had several VR titles. I don't care about VR, but I'm just going to name the titles for you guys. Skyrim VR. Now remember from Bethesda's conference we had Doom VR, now and then we had Fallout 4 VR. Now we have Skyrim VR. So I feel like they had to do a VR, get their own VR titles out there as well. But some others: Star Child VR, a game called The Impatient, that's another VR game, and then Monster of the Deep for Final Fantasy 15, almost like a fishing game. It made me think of the Sid Meier's game from Dreamcast. I don't know if that's the right title, but I think that was it. Monster of the Deep, Final Fantasy 15 seems like you're just fishing for all types of creatures, and I don't know, but are you guys interested in that for Final Fantasy fans out there? Who knows? But the other final two VR games, Bravo Team, and then this game called Moss VR. So that was it for the virtual reality PlayStation VR titles. And back to the bombshells. We had the brand new God of War from last year. We remember that awesome gameplay for Kratos and the Sun, and that's going to be coming out early 2018. I'm thinking probably, if I were to guess, probably sometime in the spring. Detroit Become Human. I recognize this game. I remember this. I didn't know they were going to show this, but this looked amazing. Detroit's my hometown. I was so excited to see this. But this game didn't even have a release date, even though the trailer looked really good. So that's Detroit Become Human. And then Destiny 2 news. We already saw the reveal earlier, way before E3 started, for Destiny 2, gameplay and all that stuff. But what they announced during the conference is that Destiny 2 will have, besides the new story trailer, it's going to be coming September 6th. But if you're playing on PlayStation, you'll have an exclusive. You'll get an exclusive strike map called Lake of the Shadows, exclusive gear, and then you'll also get an exclusive exotic weapon. I know those are pretty. I heard those are really tough to get because I haven't really played. I never played the first game, except for the beta, of course. But the exclusive exotic weapon, and then you'll also get an exclusive PvP map. So those are all the exclusives you'll get if you play it on PlayStation first. So I guess PlayStation will be getting the first exclusive DLC content, something similar to Call of Duty, but now we just get exclusive add-ons now. Now the final game that they showed was Spider-Man. It's not called Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought it'd be Spider-Man Homecoming the game, but it's just called Spider-Man. It's called Spider-Man 2018, or just Spider-Man. So it's coming out in 2018, sometime next year. But watching this gameplay, it looked really amazing. And just watching it, I feel like I was watching the movie myself. I feel like I was watching Spider-Man Homecoming. It doesn't even come out until, what, July? Sometime July 7th or something like that. From watching the gameplay, I felt like I was watching the movie itself. Lots of action, full action packed, nothing. It's just non-stop action. And just the graphics look good. I'm not a graphics person. And outside of the graphics, just the gameplay, it looks like one of the best superhero movies I've ever watched and ever seen for gameplay by far, from all the superhero games that they have out there. Last time I played it, a Spider-Man game was way back on Spider-Man 2. I think when Spider-Man 2 was out, and I think one of the older Spider-Man games from the original PlayStation. But Spider-Man for 2018, this looks amazing, and I think by Insomniac, I just don't even have the words. It was just that good. So check it out if you guys haven't. And those were basically all the games that they showed for Sony's press conference. Definitely, I gotta say, Sony has done the best. It was the best performance by all the press conferences so far throughout E3. And I have personally enjoyed all of the conferences. I love E3, and this is my favorite event of the year to cover here on my channel. And just being a gamer, I think this is no better time to be a gamer than just watching all the conferences as a whole. And just watching this conference, I'm just so blown away. I just loved everything. So I'm curious to see what you guys thought about the conference. I know some of you guys are really excited for that Spider-Man, and I already can think of some of you guys that are going crazy for the Spider-Man game coming next year. So I thought it was going to probably come out this year alongside with the movie, the same time of release, maybe around July. But I guess we're going to get it in 2018. But it looks really just that damn good. So let me know what you guys thought about the conference. Your honest reactions, maybe some of your favorite games from the conferences, and maybe some not just this conference, just all the other conferences as a whole, and maybe your thoughts out there for some of you guys that are curious. I'm interested to see what you guys thought. You guys really thought of Call of Duty World War II for the story trailer as far as the gameplay. So I'm looking forward to the multiplayer tomorrow to really see what that turns out to be. And overall, I just love this conference. This was just hella good. So thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your favorite games, your highlights, and all that stuff. I'm going to check the store and see if the demo is available and to download from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and if not, I'll just probably check tomorrow and see. But I wouldn't even be surprised if the PlayStation Network or the PlayStation Store is just having problems right now with everyone trying to download it and stuff like that, even with a slow download possibly. But that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow for Nintendo's conference, World War II multiplayer, and then let's see, we got Pokemon Go news as well. So we got an event coming out, so I'm going to be doing that as well. So another packed day tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and for those all keeping up with my conferences, and if you haven't checked out my other press conferences, there's a playlist that should be popping up on this side or this side. I don't know. Maybe it'll come up. But you guys can check it out if you want to, in any video of mine that you guys would like to check out. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys thought about the press conference.